your nose in it. I'm authentic, real name, no gimmicks, no game, no scrimmage. I ain't playing with you niggas.
Everyone, it's the Nation Up Podcast, daily podcast. I'm O'Shea. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Hip hop superstar Akon talks about the issues between 50 Cent and Big Meech. Now, as we all know, Big Meech just came home probably about 6-7 months ago from doing 20 years behind bars. That's a long time for the BMF king. Anyway, we all know the BMF show, which is headlined by his son, Lil Meech, and 50 Cent put Lil Meech through acting school, got him some acting gigs, gave him some practice, and got him the acting gig to star as his dad on the BMF TV show. So shout out to 50 Cent for looking out for Lil Meech. Now, when Big Meech came home, 50 Cent and Big Meech, everything was good. They were still working on the BMF show. Everything was all good up until Big Meech went down south and took a picture with Rick Ross. When he took the picture with Rick Ross, that cut all ties between him and 50 Cent. Now, 50 Cent started exposing that Big Meech was allegedly a snitch. They started saying he allegedly was working through a third-party informant named Tammy Cowens, who Big Meech signed his life rights over away. She's a co-producer on the BMF TV show, and she is a civilian. She went to the feds and worked out a deal to tell on allegedly a drug dealer from St. Louis named Cuffy, so Big Meech could get a time reduction. That's why he's home about 10 years early. Now, Big Meech, in the paperwork, it says allegedly he didn't know anything about what she was doing, but there's also been conversations that he knew exactly what she was doing, and he just said his name couldn't be involved in any of that. Crazy stuff. So a lot of folks kind of turned their back on Big Meech. I know his Welcome Home tour, which Rick Ross was going to headline, his Welcome Home concert, Rick Ross was going to headline that as well. You know, he had the I'm Big Meech, Larry Hoover, that got canceled maybe hours before it was about to go on. So crazy stuff. Anyway, Akon, he's cool with both sides. He was working with BMF and Young Jeezy at the very beginning of Jeezy's career. That was when BMF was trying to switch over to the entertainment side. And he's also made hit songs with 50 Cent as well. He talks about how Big Meech was disappointed that 50 Cent did what he did. He thought that he says he talked to Big Meech, and he thought Big Meech thinks that 50 Cent and him should have sat down and talked man to man about what was going on, especially with the situation with Ross. Let's take a look at this clip from Akon as he explained.
Me and Meech had some talks about that. He don't
recently.
Yeah, like he does feel slighted because he felt that him and 50 should have sat down and had a real conversation as men, because he been in there for 20 years. He don't know the feud that's going on with 50 and whoever else. All he knows is that when he got out, Ross came through, showed some love. While he was locked up, Ross made a big ass song that was, I think I'm Big Meech, Larry Hoover. In his mind, Ross is just paying homage. He not understanding the politics of what's happening in the music business. He felt was that, you could say, serious, that it had to warrant what Fifth did. You understand? It worried him the most, really, because he really got love for 50. And he appreciated everything that 50 did for his son. So he just felt like that situation could have been handled better between them two, right? Everybody else, he didn't really trip much because he always felt like, when you're the man at the top, it's going to be some jealousy. It's going to be some people that feel like, they got something to say. And this whole thing was, they also could have had a real conversation with him instead of putting it out on the internet to make it seem like he ain't what it say it was. Because to be honest, bro, ain't no snitch doing 20 years.
All right, so you hear that directly from Akon himself. Now, a lot of folks have been blaming Rick Ross on this as well, because Rick Ross knew what he was doing. He knew it was like a calculated move. He was using Big Meech as a pawn. Like he was using Big Meech as like a trophy. Like, look, he took the picture with him, had his arm around him, doing all of this stuff. And a lot of folks were saying that was a calculated move by Rick Ross, saying, look, I got your boy Big Meech down here with me. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that there's an issue between 50 Cent and Rick Ross, they were saying that Rick Ross used Big Meech to try to, upset 50 Cent. And that's exactly what happened, because even whether or not Big Meech knew about the issues between Rick Ross and 50 Cent, doesn't matter. Once you're an enemy of 50 Cent, it's over with. He ain't fooling with you no more. Just ask Ja Rule, ask The Game, ask Diddy, all those guys, he's got issues with, and he is not fooling with them no more. The only folks that he reconciled with was Fat Joe and Jadakiss and Styles P and Sheik the Lox. Those the only group, or that's the only folks in hip hop that he's reconciled with. Anybody else that's crossed 50 Cent, he's cut them off. He don't fool with them no more. It's over with. He ain't trying to reconcile because he feels like he don't need those people. But he did reconcile with Jadakiss and the Locks. He did reconcile with Fat Joe. Now, I can't respect what Akon said about Big Meech, about him saying that he appreciates everything that he did for his son, Lil Meech, putting him through acting school, helped him get $4 to $5 million to help keep the BMF name going. So shout out to Big Meech. I know he probably did just need to have a conversation with 50, but you know 50 Cent is the ultimate troll. He's the ultimate bad guy. He's the ultimate bully. I mean, he's even gone back and got Dipset arguing with each other after 20 years because when he brought out Jim Jones on stage during the 50 Cent Cameron issues, he brought out Jim Jones and Joel Santana, and that broke up the Dipset back then. And then let's fast forward now. He talked about it in an interview earlier this year on the It Is What It Is podcast, and these two are back at it again, Jim Jones and Cameron. 50 Cent is always known to stir the pot, and if he don't mess with you, he's not gonna fool with you. Nation, what do you think about Akon's comments? What do you think about the 50 Cent Big Meech situation? What do you think about Big Meech allegedly using a third party snitch to get out of jail early? Do you think he knew, or do you think he didn't know and the lady was just moving on her own, trying to, manipulate the system to get Big Meech out early? Nation, let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure you all hit that like and subscribe button on your way out.
Hey. I'm authentic, real name, no gimmicks, no game, no scrimmage. I ain't playing with you niggas at all.